All right, so this is Daniel Kemka blog, TKB, and I just want to have a short interview with Emeka Nobis. So the first question is, who is Emeka Nobis? Tell us a bit about yourself, your family, and educational background.
Okay, so my name is Emeka Nobis. I'm primarily a writer. That's my primary gift. And secondary gift is speaking. So basically, I like to define myself based on my experience and my journey so far as one who helps individuals to build a business based on what it is that they know, so that I can make money from it. That's the trajectory of my life so far, because I realized that I had a gift, which is writing, and then I discovered the gift of speaking. So basically, everything I do on a daily basis surrounded just around these two. So that's what I do. My background, I studied mechanical engineering at Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I can say that studying engineering was just out of a curiosity. When I was young, so I saw a plane that was flying. I was like, okay, how does this thing even happen? So I began to ask questions, and that was how I realized that those who do that are called aeronautical engineers. But I couldn't go to a university in Nigeria that had that, so I had to opt in to do mechanical engineering. Secondary school was good. I think I was the best student, before I finished, and I was the best student also in my first year in university, my final year in university. It was good. It was a nice experience. So my family, right now I'm married to one wife. Her name is Joy. I have 3 kids, Chisom, Adeze, and the best. Wife and 3 kids. We all live in the city of Port Harcourt, and on a daily basis, I'm trying my best to see how I can raise them to become amazing children. So my parents are still alive. They live in the city of Owerri. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, making it a total of 5. So that's it about me.
Okay, number 2. What drives you every day you wake up, and why do you do what you do?
When I see individuals who have lots of gifts inside of them, they have this blessedness inside of them, but they're not bringing it out to grow fame, grow influence, and touch other people's lives. It moves me to do what I do on a daily basis, particularly because when I was working in the oil servicing company, I saw a lot of individuals who were gifted, but these guys were either very doubtful of themselves, or they were scared, or they didn't just believe in themselves enough to be able to bring that to life. I saw a lot of creative people who could write, who could speak, who could do photography, who could train, but just because of these 3 things, these 3 conditions, conditioning, that they couldn't bring it forth. And to them, it was exciting for them seeing me write at the time and release books and create books. They saw me speak, and they wanted to be like me. But then, because of these things, so every day that I wake up, I see that there's someone somewhere out there that needs to read the things that I write, that needs to hear my voice, to be able to do better, to be able to bring out the unique gifting that they've got, and to be able to be a blessing to other individuals. So on a daily basis, this is what fuels my passion to share, to create, to sell, and see that people that I'm reaching with my voice and with my written pieces are transformed to do better what they are doing. So that's what pushes me on a daily basis.
Okay. Number 3. Who would you say has been your great influencer with regards to what you do, and why?
Okay, so along the line, all my life, I think I have had a lot of individuals influence me. I will say, when I was young, 2 individuals basically that I read their books that shaped a lot of things for me. Dr. Ben Carson, Gifted Hands. I think that was the beginning of the influence of books on me. And then secondly, it was a book I read, Straight and Crooked Thinking by Robert Tullis. That's the man's name. Those 2 books really did amazing things in my life. And I would say my mom was also a very big influence, because she studied the English language and then education. So we had a shelf of books in the house that we read a lot of things. Mayor of Castlebridge, Chino Achebe's books, Relation Inca's books, a whole lot, Rotimi them, a lot of them that we read their books at the time. So then from books to individuals, starting out on this thing I was doing at the beginning, I didn't really know. It was like a labyrinth of sorts. I didn't know what to do, where to touch hands and all that. So I started following, quite some good individuals like Philanthropy Toye, started following Steve Harris, started following Tyler Lori, and then from there, a whole lot of them, Portfolio. So these days, I don't really say that I have specific individuals. Like even the emails that I read from foreigners, there are quite a lot of them that I follow. Grant Cardone, a lot of them that I follow. So I see my life as a collective of the efforts of these people. I even ordered a book that is going to be coming today called Still Like an Artist. And he believes in what I believe. He believes that we are all collections of people's influences. So that's it for me. I may not really have, say, this specific individual is just the bomb for me or the banger for me. It's a collection. I'm a collective I'm a product of collective influences. That's what I can say. In the different areas of my life, different dimensions, be it health, be it in my academics, be it in the exposure of my art, be it in training my family, growing my family. I have influences, different influences. Like when it comes to family, I look a lot at someone like Reke Posha Deni. I also look at Wendy Oluke, and I see the way they're raising their kids, the way they're sharing their ideas and ideologies. Praise for Owe also, So when I look at all the things they're doing, I'm collecting these things, and I've been to my own life and say I'm a product of collective influences.
Okay, awesome. Okay, now number 4 question. As a business person with vast experience and exposure, what do you think entrepreneurs can do to improve their business?
There's quite a whole lot about improving your business. A whole lot. I don't think there is. Every day that we wake up, there are new things to learn, new experiences to acquire. So usually I tell individuals, number one thing that when it has to do with your business is to, if you're really running a business, is to set a structure. And by structure, we are talking about the culture of the organization, we are talking about your value system, we are talking about how you do your process, we're talking about your people. These 4 things basically, right? When you set these things correctly, then every other thing that you do revolves around it. All the other things, the selling system, the prospecting system, the employment system, all these things revolve around. So what I usually tell individuals is, number one, to be in the moment. What I mean by being in the moment is to live every day with expectations that you can get better in your business. Open yourself to new knowledge, open yourself to learn from other people, open yourself to the feedback that the business is even giving you, because the business is breathing like a human being. It's like a baby. It cries, means that it needs food, right? So the business is giving you feedback on a daily basis from your clients to your staff to the system that you're setting up, because the system is not really designed in such a way to even help the functionality of your staff and the clients which you're serving, then there's a problem there. Like for example, when you go to certain hospitals, and for you to pay, you have to walk certain long distances to go and pay, come back, donate blood. For me, I think that system is designed to kill even the patient himself, right? So it's on a daily basis, live in the moment. And then secondly, to do everything possible to consistently tweak the process. So all your processes, you keep tweaking, you keep asking questions, you keep getting the feedback and seeing what you can do to be able to get better at improving your systems. So it's not a sprint. I feel it's not even a marathon. I think it's a daily walk for me. Every day, you keep building, you keep responding, you keep seeing where things have to be optimized to get better. Because every business is peculiar in its own sense. What may be affecting me may not be the same thing as affecting someone else. And then finally, you keep selling. There's no day that I wake up and I don't sell. Every day, even if it means $1 that comes in, even if it means $1,000 that comes in, every day, just keep pushing out stuff there, keep pushing out stuff there, keep selling, keep getting people to see your products, keep getting people to know about your business, keep selling your products. So these are the 3 key things basically I always advise business people.
Awesome. All right, now let's go to our fifth question. What are your future plans and what other areas of life are you involved in with regards to your personal, financial, and social success?
Okay, so I'm looking towards building. I started out building this company, Switchpath Consulting, last year. So let me say, I've been building stuff by myself personally, but it's time to build an organism that has many parts. So that's what I'm looking for to build this organization into something. I'm not thinking of being number one consulting firm or whatever. To build it into an organization that is sustainable, that has people working for it, and then the values that we're giving, helping companies, helping organizations, helping people. So our focus is basically business people, how they can build a culture for their businesses that can help them to stay profitable and increase their profits. So that's what I'm looking to build, and it's not about the number of staff that I even want to employ in the business, just to build an organism an organization that can help other organizations to be able to stay profitable through setting up profitable cultures for themselves. So that's that for my company. For me personally, as an individual, going into the future, I don't know. This may be something that contrasts with mainstream ideas. I don't think in terms of in terms of batches of years. For me, I think in terms of this is where I am at this moment. In 6 months or in 3 months, this is what I want to do, because I feel that there can be disruptions along the way. So I may say this, and then there will be disruptions. Yeah. So I like to live my life. I don't live my vision in terms of years. I try to do it in short patches, like 3 months, 6 months. What will I do in 3 months? What will I do in 6 months? Right? Because I believe that as I'm doing those things, they're all adding up together to even get us to the number of years that we want to get, and the things that we may think that we want to achieve in the coming years. So that's how I really, So for me personally, I'm building myself into a more powerful and influential brand, someone to be reckoned with in the years to come. When it has to do with thought leadership, which is what I do, my game. My game is that I have ideologies in my head, and I'm positioning myself as someone that people have to listen to, someone who is providing a direction, someone who is providing a path for other individuals to walk on, so that they can also experience the glories in their own on their own journeys. So that's what I'm building myself into this year. My major focus this year is exposure. I've done a whole lot of things organically, but right now I'm putting a lot of money to do a lot of exposure for myself, basically on social media, because I know as we are going, the people have come to accept the online space. So I need to really push myself a lot more to be visible to a lot more individuals, right? So that's what it is I'm doing. Like I'm doing a photo shoot even next week of about 5 videos that I'm going to be putting money on and pushing them on social media, because I see that that's a very powerful place to. And from there, it can spill over into the physical. So I can have invitations, I can have on TV, I can have, but for now, where I can push myself out, a lot of individuals will see me, see what I'm doing, and I get across a lot of people's faces. So that's what I'm doing. So when it comes to socials, I see it in terms of multiplying myself in the lives of many people. I'm a people person, so to say. I like to see people, prosper by virtue of them taking heed to the kind of things that I share, regarding to their own, growth. So in my social space, I look forward to, multiplying myself with a whole lot more people. I want to start what I call a day with Emeka Nobis. So people come and we share like 4, 5 hours, 6 hours. They ask me questions based on on their own journeys, and I'm providing answers to them. Something like a mentoring kind of thing. So I'm putting together the structure and the logistics to make that happen. So in my family life, I'm also looking forward to growing my kids.
Okay, that one is definitely.
Yeah.
All right, now this question is a bit off from what you do.
Okay.
Now, if you were given the opportunity to be the president of Nigeria for 1 month, what would you do to bring about a drastic change in the country?
This is what I usually tell people. Just 30 things that I can do in this nation. Number one, provide power. All right, make sure that power is stable. Trust me, if people have power in this nation, they will do other things. You get me? I tell them, okay, let me mention the three things. You have power, you have steady, you have power, you have infrastructure in terms of roads, and then finally healthcare. These three things. If I can have power supply consistently, and I have good infrastructure, like in terms of road networks and all, train and all, and then have good, not even schools, because when we have these things that are somehow are out of our own provisions. For example, like you can't go building roads by yourself now; you'll be queried by the government. You can't go providing power like that; you'll be queried by the government. But you can build a school, and the government will build it, right? So if you have these three things, right? So good healthcare, good infrastructure, and power, Nigerians will do the rest. Trust me. So. Yes. Nigerians will build schools for ourselves. We will rule ourselves well, even within our community.
Well, you can imagine what we've done.
Exactly.
Despite the bad roads and despite the low light issue and all that.
So if you have steady power supply, people can young boys will plug sockets, plug their laptop, plug phone, and they make money, and they help others, and we build. You get what I mean? Even the healthcare I'm talking about, yes, because secondary healthcare in terms of what's it called, the specialized hospitals, like the university hospitals and all that, but we will do the rest. So if I am made president, these are three key areas that I tell my friends on a daily basis. If the government can provide this for us, amazing, trust me.
Okay. I have two more questions, but there's another one question I'll ask after these two.
Okay.
So, number 7, there are so many young people looking up to you who also aspire to be like you. What's your deepest and heartfelt message to them?
Well, my deepest message to them is, I think, two things. Number one is to look into themselves, to understand that there's something inside of them that the world needs, no matter how insignificant that they feel. Like this morning, I was somebody bought my book and he put it out on Facebook, and someone else was doubting the efficacy of the book. You know, the guy said he read the book all through the night. He got notification that the book was somewhere, and he drove that night to go and collect the book, and then he read the book the whole night. And this morning now, he's already painting picture, highlighting pictures of where he read, and he's just been posting on Facebook. And somebody was doubting the efficacy of the book. So I came in there and I decided to have a conversation with the guy. And by the time I was done with the conversation, I told this guy, because the guy is a farmer, so I began to show him possibilities, even what he's doing. That instead of all the physical exertions all the time, people are looking up to him as someone who's providing value and information in farming space. By the time I listed the guy was like, wow. I said, that's it. So most times, you know, there are things inside of us that we feel that are insignificant, but the world needs them. So that's the thing. Looking in towards himself, there's a lot inside of us that we can bring out to the world. And then secondly, to be patient, because I see a lot of young people, they are just in a haste to blow. They just want to blow overnight, want to blow. Such blowing, and they are not sustainable. Because I was reading something last night, and one woman, she's a coach in the US, she said that a particular client came who has made multiple 6 figures 3 times, and she said to the lady, "You are doing it all wrong." And the woman was like, "How? If I'm making money, how?" So most times I looked at it, it's not even about the money the woman was making, but about the process and the culture the woman has laid down for herself, which may lead to her losing all the money in the coming years, even if she's making multiple 6 figures now. So part of it is, you know, the patience to be able to grow. So my message is, one, looking inward and seeing that there's even right now my son is going to 10 years. I've said to myself, the moment he gets 10 years, I'm buying him a laptop. I am going to be doing some amazing things with him. I'm just allowing him now to just enjoy himself, you know, start building him for the future. You get so based on even what he's able to do right now, building for the future, right? So inside every one of us, there's something amazing. No matter how insignificant you feel those things are, that you can build upon to help other individuals, and then patience as you're building.
Okay, number 8 question before the final question. What would you say are the vital factors for personal and corporate success?
Okay, it all boils down to values. I can say values, all right? So what are your values? There are certain individuals I can work with. there are individuals I cannot have collaborations with because their values are not in alignment with my values. For example, I hold integrity so much, so much in high esteem. Because my father said to me when we were growing up, he said, a good name is more important than riches. And I hold that thing so dear. It could be found in the Bible, but the one my father said to me is the one I hold so dear. So when someone pays me 1 naira, I'm like, I'm owing you something. I need to be able to give you the result that you paid me for. So integrity is a key thing. And when I'm done seeing, so when I see individuals come to me and tell me they want us to have collaborations, and when I listen to their words, I just find out that I'm not even interested in being of great value to people that you are going to reach out to just because they want money. You get me? I love money, I like things, but people come first and their values come first, right? So it's all boils down to what are your values? Set your values right. Take your time to set your values right. That can help your success, even as you're moving up to higher levels of values. So for me, that's the fundamental part, your value. Then secondly, patience to grow, right? Success demands patience. God will have said, let there be light, let there be day, let there be night, let there be classes, let there be in one breath, in one word, right? In one sentence, and everything will be done because it's God. But God did all that to show us there's a process to do things. So everything takes a process, everything takes time, everything takes a pattern. So you've got to be able to be patient enough to continue to build. Then thirdly is your dedication. So you can't be successful if you're not dedicated to the things that you call yourself to do. So every day for me, I'm always asking myself, what is one new thing that I can do to be able to get better? What's one new thing that I can do to keep me providing value? So I'm dedicated to the process because of that. Like this morning before coming to the office, I've already started thinking about 4 or 5 new ebooks that I have to do that I won't even give away, not even sell, to be able to build other people's lives. You get? So dedication to that process. And finally, the spiritual angle cannot be eliminated. You know, some individuals see things I do on Facebook and they think that I'm an atheist because of the way I ask questions. But if only they can have a pause and see the depth of the questions I'm asking, to show them that I'm pointing them to the divine power that are inside of them. But many people are pedestrian in their thinking. I don't want to go into that so much. But for those who pause and listen and think and see the things that I'm sharing with regards to, you understand that we are spiritual beings and we cannot have this success without there was a billionaire that I met this beginning of the year. He came to Port Harcourt and he said he wanted to see me. He was a young boy like that, and I went to see him. He said to me, Emeka, there's something I've seen about you. You're always methodical in the way you do your things. And he said to me, I'm a man of faith. Methodical people and people of faith, I'm like, okay, explain. He says, Emeka, you always wanting to, like, for example, now you want to buy a car. You have already thought out the process, I'm going to make the money to be able to buy the car. That he doesn't think that way. That he has set his mind to buy the car. How that money may come may not be entirely in his hands. And that's where the faith comes in. He began to tell me how he's bought lands, how he has done just by telling, I'm going to buy this land. Then he wants to buy a land of 150 million. And you give the owner 1 million and say, I'm buying your land. And the owner accepts the 1 million. Not 1 million, but he just puts the 1 million and tells him, I'm buying your land. And if the individual holds 1 million, and then maybe 1 month or 2 months or 3 months down the line, another 10 million or something like that, and then he buys the land. But if he had waited to be able to make the money first, to be able to buy the land, then by the time he has made the money, the land may have gone away.
That's true.
You get in that church location I was looking for. So I saw the spiritual dimension to these things, where the part of faith, convictions, beliefs play a role. So these are the things that are guiding my pathways as I build upon the successes I have experienced over time.
Okay, finally, this one has to do with you. Can you give us some of your achievements so far and the number of books you've written?
Recounting achievements is something that I don't know in which particular way the people want those achievements. For me, I
just highlights.
I just feel that I find it hard to even recount achievements because for me, success is a never-ending improvement along the way. You get never-ending improvement. So it's hard sometimes, most times, for me to just, well, in terms of my, in terms of the things that I've done, I can say for me, I see my success as an achievement in terms of the many lives that I have touched. You know,
True.
people who send me emails, people who send me messages and tell me, oh, by virtue of what you're sharing on social media, my business has gone from this to this point. I used to make 100,000. Now I'm able to make 200,000. Now I'm able to make 1 million. Right? The lives that I've touched, the places that I've visited, where I've gone to speak at events, you know, and the coaching sessions I've had with individuals, you know. So I see my successes as a I see their successes as a replication of the things that I'm doing. You know. So for my books, this Bank a Lot is the 13th book. I'm counting both the ones I give away for free and the ones that I sell. All right, that's my 13th book. Currently, I'm writing another book. It's a book on relationship, you know, marital relationship. Basically, that should be my 14th. You know, so we've had quite some good amount of successes with regards to the book, the books. So I made a transition. Before I used to write books that maybe I could just say stay now and have a collection of my thoughts and put them together in a book. But I figured out that people buy that book because it's me. I won't start writing books people will buy, not because of Emeka Nobis, but because the book provides actual solutions. So I call those books process books. That was why I started out with Your Book We Sell. The book we sell we made more than 4.5 million in a period of 60 days during its pre-launch. Quite a good number of success, I can say.
Wow, that's good.
You know, so and then Bank a Lot has done within the period of 60 days has done close to 3 million too in terms of pre-order sales, and so it doesn't stop there. I'm consistently selling on a daily basis. Today I've already done sales posts already for the books. You know, so that's what I can say regarding achievements. I'm not really an award guy. I've had quite some people give me awards, you know, here and there, you know, but I can't count. I can say I think maybe 5 or 10 in awards that I've gotten. But I'm not really an award guy,
Kind of person.
that kind of person. It doesn't really. Maybe I may change, but for now it doesn't really freak me out again. You know, so those have been my achievements, you know, so far.
All right, so this is the end of the interview. It has been awesome. And I observed you are very fast in talking.
Oh well, I think it's a result of practice, you know, and perhaps maybe not to take a lot of your time, something to say, you know. There are times I can just modulate my pace.
Wow, it's all good. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, this is the end of the interview.